motherfuckers, it looks like I'm back. After yesterday's massive technical clusterfuck, since we have no fucking respect for ourselves, we're back for another fucking episode of the Circuit Breaker Sessions. We're gonna, talk to Arijit Bose from Lovers Rum today, all the way from fucking Goa. Arijit and I go a long way, I think. But before that, a quick update on what the fuck's been happening. The campaign, man, where you at? Fucking 1.2k of donations. Thank you very much. We are in the process of onboarding the first couple of restaurants and bars. Appreciate the support. This is fucking awesome. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that later. Poor fucking Arijit has been waiting on the line for a while. You know, we've kept him waiting, I don't know, 10-15 minutes at this point in time. It's not like he has anything else to fucking do, because, you know, he's on lockdown in Goa like pretty much the rest of Modi ji's India. Alright, let's do this. How do I do this? Let's figure this out. Alright, I think I have to put on this headphone thing. Alright. Arijit, you there? Check, check. Right. I can hear you, baby. Ah, shit. As you know, everything's going like fucking swimmingly well. Venues are open, business is booming. What can I say, Singapore? Actually, that's not a bad idea. Well, shit, man, it's been an interesting journey. It's been nerve-wracking. It's been sad and depressing, but at the same time, it's also forcing us to do cool things. Forcing us to look at things the way we never looked at it before, really forcing us out of our comfort zone. So that's nice. All right, product placement. Fuck off, really? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're definitely living the dream. Oh wait, we got a technical problem. Apparently, nobody can fucking hear you on the stream yet, so people are just literally watching us talking shit. But right, okay, we'll figure that out. You know, it's yeah, it's okay. We can just talk. We'll figure out when people can hear us. They will let us know. That's probably like a very, very fucking insensitive thing to do. But you know me, I'm always politically correct. Okay. Mario. So Arijit is telling us that there is this video of a lady who is fucking doing sign language for Eminem's Rap God. Right, so Google and go and figure that out. Go find that. Yeah.
This is what I used before.
Oh, look at me! I'm fucking translating for you on the fucking internet from silence to English.
Yeah. My accent has never sounded this good.
Oh yeah. You're here right now. Arijit doesn't sound Indian at all.
Yeah.
His accent is completely masked. I wonder how.
Dude, my twang is back. My Indian twang is back, and like how Julian cannot understand anything I'm saying anymore. It's amazing.
So
Just
Arijit was just saying that for Indians, right? Once you go back to the fucking motherland, the accent drops. It happened to me a while ago. I was home for like 5 days. No, doing a project in India, and after I came back, people started talking to me, and I started just going like this. Oh, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm fine. And I didn't realize the stupidity of it. Well, sound is back. Sounds good. Hey guys, is sound back?
check. Can you guys hear me?
Fantastic. Well, let's back to the Indian story. So I come back from India. I'm talking to all my friends, and I'm like, "Hey George, what's up with you, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with me. Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." You know. I was just wondering why the fuck is everybody looking at me funny? Anyways,
Strange. Yeah?
so let's just go back to the start. We have Arijit fucking Bose from Goa, India, from lockdown. He calls himself the Prince of India, but I don't know, bro. Your surroundings right now, a bit hard. You know.
I'm the popper. I'm a popper now.
The pauper Prince of India right now, the lockdown Prince of India. So what we're gonna do? I've known Arijit for a long time. We're gonna talk a little bit about him, about his rum. We're gonna talk a little bit about the crazy shit going on in India, and he's also gonna drink on screen Urak, and he's gonna talk about what the fuck Urak is. All right, so let's get started, man. What the fuck are you drinking?
So it's something special. I was telling you the story before, right? I apologize if I start talking too fast. I'm super excited to see this amazing bar. I've not been there in a long time. So I was out. I had to take a permit today to take the car out and get some groceries.
How does the permit look like? They write it for you, or you like go online or something, or?
No, dude, we have internet and shit. We invent. It comes like a shit, man.
It's like ERP for human beings.
We have air conditioning and it comes on the phone. It's fucking phenomenal. So you're gonna apply, and you only get it for 2 hours.
Okay.
And what you have to tell people is that you're going out to either buy medicines or going to the grocery store or doing something essential.
Yeah.
I do not know what that essential is, but it's one of those. So in case a cop catches you, this is the document that you show.
Yeah.
So we stood in line for about 50 minutes to an hour to get groceries. Stocked up for the next month, and on the way I got a call from this. I can't take his name though, because I've been asked not to, and because his dad is going to bump his happiness. So Urak, so the lockdown started, right after Lent, right? So Urak gets produced a lot in Goa, and people are super excited. But now that lockdowns happened, it's like a shitload of Urak that just left, and people are super sad they can't get it. Even I did not have any. So this guy ended up giving me some in a bottle, in a wine bottle. So what it basically is cashew apple. I don't know, most of you guys would not have seen it, but in Goa you get this thing called feni. So it's a distilled spirit made out of cashew nuts, cashew apples, or coconut. Super funky, like think mezcal, but 10 times more funky.
Shout out to Kazulo.
There is a bottle somewhere in Singapore. So I will make a drink while I'm telling you this story.
Okay.
So this is basically the first pressing of that cashew apple juice that gets distilled.
Okay, single distillation.
Single distillation. I think last time what I knew was it's at about 22% alcohol by volume.
Yeah.
And what they usually do is they will have it with lots of ice, a chili, and a salt and pepper rim. And you simply just fill it with lemonade, nice and easy.
If you're not Indian, you're right. It's a bit. The lemonade is the non-Indian translation for that. that thing in the bottle is called Limca, which is the drink of the fucking gods. Right? Limca is the best soft drink ever fucking invented. Fuck your Coca-Cola, Limca forever. Just want to
Limca,
put that out there.
another one called Thumbs Up.
Well, I think
Coke,
we have to do another. I think Thumbs Up is a whole different episode. Like Old Rum and Old Monk and fucking Thumbs Up. A whole fucking episode. Arijit, the message from what's your name? Shab Kumar. You look like a weird ass guy from a biker gang, which I kind of fucking agree with. Like,
yes, I am. So this is called a mask. So when you go out, you always put it on. So I've always wanted this, man. And quickly takes care of the fact that I've got a unclean. I'm not shaved, and this kind of irritates me quite a bit. But I could not be bothered shaving, and I have not had a haircut. So my
glad you took the time and effort. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, dude. If somebody has a question, I'll always answer it. I have time is all I have. But yeah, there you go. Cheers, dude. I'm having an Urak and Limca with some salt. So nice, easy drink. And I don't know if you know this about Feni. It's one of the only spirits that's distilled to strength. So they distill it to about 42% and bottle it. That's super technical shit. So when you come to Goa next...
Isn't the mezcals and tequilas done that way as well? Aren't they mostly distilled up?
As far as there are a few brands, but I've not heard any of them ever talk about it.
Yeah.
So Feni was the only one that I heard that is never cut with water. So it's distilled to strength. And the guy who's a master distiller, he looks like a friggin' laborer, and he measures the time of distillation based on the number of cigarettes he smokes. So that shit just drives me nuts, man. So when you come down, that's what I'm having, guys. Cheers. Cheers. Good to be here on your channel, dude.
Indeed, well, whatever this fucking channel is. Hey, this is the first fucking conference we have successfully done on stream. This is my third day on air, and wow, what the fuck, man! It's been an interesting journey. Last 2-3 weeks were just crazy, and the team here it's pretty nuts. We have a fucking production studio at Spiffy now. We have streaming computers, we have fucking video encoders and lights and whatever the fuck, and we've set this up in 2 fucking days. It's pretty nuts. Tell me about a little bit about your story, about your connection to Singapore, and yeah, tell me.
Yeah, man, Singapore was lit. I've been in the bartending industry for a fairly long time. I think the first gig that I did was 2001 to earn some extra money while I was in college. Left the industry 3 times in the middle and somehow found my way back. But of all the experience that I have, I think I really started learning proper bartending and international level cocktails in 2008, 2009. Went to Mexico for the first time. Went for a brand ambassador training program. Now, this is at the time that India did not have brand ambassadors. Also, Asia did not have too many of them. Very few, sporadic. Some of the old school guys were doing events. But this whole culture was being built, and India just had got onto the program. Yeah. And I met David there along with 7 other brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
And for the first time, I think he spoke about 2-3 drinks, like the Daisy de Santiago. I don't know if you've had that drink. It's like a thrown daiquiri with a little bit of chartreuse up top, mint leaves and berries. So super old school drink, very beautifully crafted. Then of course we had the daiquiri, and the way he spoke about it not only impressed me about what the whole international world was talking about, but things that I have never thought about cocktails. So you have to imagine, when I started off like a lot of other people, I was a management trainee at a hotel, eventually started taking care of a nightclub called Agni, and met my now partner Vaibhav Singh, who I opened PCO with. He was my first boss there. So it was peddling drinks at a nightclub. Vodka, Red Bulls and Jaeger bombs were at a peak. Shitty mojitos, fucking Cosmopolitan with every vodka that was available on the stretch. That kind of stuff. So did that for a bit, came to Bombay, lost a job, worked in a call center for a few months.
You worked in the call center? What you do in the call center?
So if you think
Did you scam poor, unsuspecting white people of their life savings, Sonny?
yes, I did, and my name was Roger. So I learned an American twang, and my business process unit was part of Citibank, and it was
Yeah.
called Sunshine.
Definitely the scam unit.
Dude. No, it was brilliant, dude. I don't know how I ended up in a call center, but I did get paid more in 1 month than I used to get paid in 5 months in the hotel industry.
That is true. You and I have that in
Right?
common. I used to be a fucking telemarketer back in the day.
I knew it. Shut the fuck up.
Do you know what I used to sell?
What?
Okay, give me a guess.
Bitches in gold.
I wish, bro. I wish, bro.
No.
I was selling timeshare.
Shut the fuck. Yeah, scamming day one. So, in your first internet, Facebook chat, or whatever this is, not only were both of us in call centers, we also started trademark 10 minutes late like nothing happened. This is good.
Oh,
This is good.
please. Were we even
Oh my-
late? Were we late? Were we late? I don't know. What's the time now? It's okay. Alright. So
Yeah.
tell me, so how did you go from the club to 28 Hong Kong Street? That's when I first meet you, right? Is that when I first met
So
you?
I did all of this, lost a few jobs in the middle, went through some shitty times. Bombay was both the worst and the best time. When I came back, in that journey, there was a company called United Spirits Limited that hired me as a brand ambassador. And my first mentor was a marketing guy called Jatin Bob. So he moved to Bacardi and hired me, but told me that you can either learn how to bartend and make drinks that you already know,
Yeah.
you bastard, or you can learn other parts of the business. So I legitimately became part of sales. I can't see your face, George. I
Oh,
can't see your
what?
face.
What's
Yeah,
with the
there you go.
camera these days? Okay, so I gotta stand here.
So,
Alright, you can't see my face. Oh,
Yeah, I
I
could
put
not
the
see.
fucking bottle. Hey, professional streaming here, right there. I put the fucking bottle in front of the streaming camera. Alright.
So yeah, I'm going to try to cut to 28 quick, but this was significant for me because I had met my then girlfriend who I had not met for 6 months, came back into the city, and I was with her.
Yeah?
And this guy Jatin called me and said, "Can you come in for an interview for Bacardi?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, dude, I would love to, and I really want this job. But I'm meeting her after about 6 months, and she's going to leave again in a day." So all he told me was, "Boss, at some point you got to decide whether your personal life is more important and professionally you want to get somewhere."
Yeah.
So I thought
I guess,
about it.
I guess there's no point asking about how that relationship went, is there?
No, she's not with me anymore. But
Yeah,
that's a whole different.
I know. No shit, Sherlock.
So I did walk out, but you'd be surprised that relationship broke up because I tend to fall asleep while talking to her and I used to play video games. And she found out. So that is what broke the camel's back. Anyway, so I went to Jatin. And what he told me was either you can learn making cocktails that you've been doing for so far, or you should learn how to do sales.
Yeah.
Like if you want to learn the beverage industry, you got to be in sales. Looked interesting, did that for a little bit. Eventually, after 18 months, I was in Grey Goose marketing and they moved me to a brand ambassador role,
Yeah.
which was 2009, 2010. And I was super lucky because nobody else existed. So all the brands started spending money on me, whether it was Bacardi, Doers, fucking Martini. I started traveling with them
Yeah.
and realized this is a fucking amazing gig, right? Somebody else is paying for me to travel. Indian currency is shit, and I'm learning and I'm drinking and I'm trying to keep up with all of these amazing bartenders. Learned how to dress properly, wear a waistcoat, coordinated shoes, socks. So did the brand ambassador job for about 5.5 years, and
Yeah.
then realized that nobody else besides me in the company knew what my growth progression is going to be. So I had to make a choice. Either I stick on and do the same thing again and again,
Yeah.
or I find my own path. So I opened a company called Getafix, which was based on the whole Asterix thing. And the whole idea was to start a company which educates consumers on how to drink, to move them from cosmopolitans and whiskey, soda, water, 3 cubes of ice to old fashions and daiquiris. Right? That was it.
How much of that did you achieve? Last I checked, us Indians are still having Scotch with a cube of ice with water on the side and a dash of
Oh,
water
dude,
inside the fucking glass.
I have not achieved anything. I just had a given the job. We did.
Oh wait, what happened? Stream. I have lost Arijit Bose. Well, we're gonna get Arijit Bose back in a second. Just wanna say hi to all the motherfuckers who are watching. Mikba Suren and K, where the fuck are you, dude? Are you in Dubai or something? George, Shab. Oh, Zag, Lucky. Hey guys, welcome to the fucking stream. Oh, you're back. Nico, no, what's his name? Arjit is back. How many people? There's 34 fucking people watching today. That is definitely higher than 10% from yesterday. Thank you. This what's happening right now is the classic situation when you have two Indian people meet. We both love talking, and we're gonna keep talking for a while. So hopefully this is still interesting for a while. Well, now we're waiting for fucking Arjit Bose. Maybe he's gonna wait for him to come back. While we're doing that, Luthian, hello, good morning. When you come back from China? Oh wait, did he go to China? Maybe he didn't go to China. Are you under stay-home notice? Maybe he is. Hey, so I am talking to Arijit fucking Bose, drinking lover's rum and talking shit. And I think what has happened at this point in time, as is customary in the great country of India, as is customary in the great state of India, electricity must have gone off and he must have lost his fucking interwebs and all that. Oh! The bottom of your fucking screen. Oh wait! I have a Skype request coming from India. It must be the Arijit Bose.
I am back.
You're back! Was it
Yes.
the electricity?
Sorry, man. I'm in a very small city. The electricity keeps on going. It is what it is.
Yeah, I guessed right. It was the fucking electricity.
No. So where was I? So life was good. I mean, I was doing my trainings, training a shitload of bartenders across. Eventually figured it was the consumers that needed to get trained.
Hold on a second. Can everybody hear this thing? Can we hear Arjit back on the stream? Yeah. Okay, we can hear you. Let's go.
So after doing 5 years of trade trainings and bartenders, training 600 bartenders a week and all of that,
Yeah.
I kind of decided to shift my focus towards consumers. And we started working with a lot of artists who were in the Delhi sector and coming up with interesting formats of cocktails. Started the Delhi Cocktail Club and a bunch of other things. I did some event caterings for a bit, which was all fun, but slowly figured out that I wanted to move towards a bar and
Yeah.
met my first boss who I met at the nightclub,
Yeah.
who had gone through his life cycle, handled some amazing bars. We had done a few events.
Uh-huh.
He met me at a coffee store and said that, boss, we want to open a bar and this is the idea. And he literally unraveled a speakeasy style bar, exactly what we wanted to open. This was incidentally the time that Janek Kastanek was in town as a Grey Goose ambassador. So this place became India's first speakeasy, and we started outselling Johnny Walker and Scotch brands with old fashioned and whiskey sours. We are selling 3,000 egg cocktails a month. So all of this in 2012 was unheard of. And that kind of built a lot of value for me. All of these bartenders started coming in. I was also a stand-in brand ambassador for Bacardi in Philippines and in Thailand.
Uh-huh.
And to this day, I think Philippines is one of the most amazing countries in the world. The beaches are beautiful. I used to go do some work because my ex-bosses from Bacardi India shifted there, and they have always taken care of me, right? At
Fantastic.
different parts of life. I think it's, even though I left the company, they had been super nice to me, and which is what I tell bartenders, that besides just being nice to other people from the industry and bartenders and sommeliers, make your make your friendships and contacts and build your bridges with the brand guys. They are a lot of times they are seen as evil people and corporates. They are not. They are regular people like us. They have their targets and stuff to meet. But if you keep your friendships with them, they will always take care of you. Like my first boss did. This guy, shout out to Sanjit Randava, who's taken care of me now. Anyway, so I was doing all of this, and while on one of those trips, after 2 years of running PCO and building that value and that bar, uh, and whatever I was doing as an international brand ambassador, plus I used to work with David on Bacardi legacy competitions. So that's how I got the name Prince of India as well, because I could not bother walking and ironing shit on these trips when we went to places like Puerto Rico, Russia. But we did meet a lot of
Hey,
bartenders.
it's a sarcastic name.
It is a sarcastic name. Everyone thinks it's royal. That's not true. This name was given to me by David and all the guys. And in
Because
India,
you
I
couldn't
never.
be asked to iron your fucking shirt. Great,
Yeah,
fantastic.
I could not be asked. If you come from India, there are people who do that. I had a lime guy. I had a sugar guy. So I always used to ask, why the fuck should we do it? Like, why can't we find people? So then someday somebody said, you're a fucking prince. And then Prince of India came about. It became a moniker. So when I go back to India, I don't
Uh,
even tell people I have a name like that. It's only in the last year.
yeah, it'd be kind of weird if you say, "Yeah, I'm the Prince of
Yeah,
fucking India."
super,
That'd be kind of
super
weird.
awkward, right? So no, so a lot of my contacts around the world and people that, in fact, all of these guys I met when they were competing on these competitions, and my job used to be handling events and handling the competitors and their requirements, making sure they don't get stressed till the point that they go for the competition. So I
Yeah.
made friends with so many bartenders who have, most of whom have now occupied positions of bar owners. A lot of them in the top 50 bars around the world. Think of Shingo, think of Dinos, Lost and Found, uh, met Alex Cretina. So became, and I got put into this amazing position just by chance. And I grabbed onto it, met all of these guys who were super nice, kept on learning shit from them, learned how to do events, all of these kind of work together. And while I was in Philippines training 180 girls in some bar school there, I got a call from two people saying that there is a job opening at 28 Hong Kong Street. This is the job. Would you be interested? This was 7 months after I had been to 28, sat next to Jeremy Chua, and we had drinks. And Michael Callahan gave me a drink. He was running it that time.
Uh huh.
He gave me a drink called the Slip Me a Mickey,
Uh huh.
my first Fernet drink ever,
Mm.
right? And and I'm sitting at this bar and I'm looking at how they are playing the crowd, how they're talking to people, how they're taking care of me. I'm like, holy fuck, I have never seen a bar like this. Like I have been to bars, but I've not seen attention to detail. So I was very enamored. Me
What
and
year
Joe,
was that? 2014, 15.
2014, yeah, 2014.
So just folks who are not familiar with the cocktail bar industry in Singapore, um, we had Clay like back in the day. Bar Story is about 10 years now. Just after that, you have Mason Ikoku. And the new era of cocktails really kind of started with Jigger and Pony, was started by Goi Indra with Sam Wong and Anthony behind the bar. And then the boys from San Francisco, Michael Callahan and team came by and they set up 28 Hong Kong Street. It was like a big fucking change for the Singapore bar scene, you know. So you had like the Japanese influence coming from Jigger and Pony. You had the San Francisco influence from 28 Hong Kong Street, and even earlier pioneer is actually Tippling Club. Tippling Club was probably one of the first that did like fucking
Oh,
ridiculously crazy molecular.
that's why you used to work.
I worked at Cufflink, not at
Cufflink.
Tippling. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's just there's so 2014 is the cocktail boom was really just start. You know, it was not just starting. You know, it was not in full bloom yet. All the big cocktail, but the Manhattans weren't there yet. Was Manhattan there yet? Maybe they had
Nope.
started. No, yeah,
Nope,
not
they
there yet. You know, all the massive projects. Atlas obviously wasn't there yet. The scene was just starting, and this was kind of like in that super growth
And
stage of the
an
cocktail business in this
industry, an
country.
industry bar was a new thing then.
Yeah, industry bar.
No, I do remember that time because as an Indian bartender and even working in Thailand and Philippines, you always spoke about going to bars in London and New York, Chicago, and maybe Australia. That's where you wanted to shift to and learn stuff. Nobody ever really spoke about Asian bars,
Yeah.
right? Because internet was not that big that time. YouTube and all of that was just coming on. Uh, I mean, it was there, but it was not as active. Social media was not as active for bars at that point of time. And places like 28 and Jigger and Pony, Maison, all of these guys suddenly got the bartending world close to Indians.
Yeah.
Because Singapore was 5 hours away, right? 24,000, that's a $300, $400 ticket. It was easy for us. So I think I went 2 or 3 times, and I also did a guest shift at 28. So for me, it was the first international bar that was so close to home. And I really enjoyed it. Like, fuck, this is amazing. I can keep coming back. And 6, 7 months later, I got that offer. Right?
Yeah. Now, how long were you in Singapore for with 28? And I remember when you were running 28, you guys got best bar at Tales of the Cocktail.
Best bar team.
Bar team,
Best
yeah.
bar team.
Bar team. And that was like probably one of your best years as 28, I think, the world stage, I think.
Yeah, and also I think we moved, like, the team was super solid, but always our predecessors, whatever they had done was super interesting, right? So they had created situation, and by the time I came and I was spending time trying to get my fucking EP, the team between Brendan Koo, Ash, Charmaine, Little Ash, Shafiq, all of these guys ran. Even the number of times I was doing my visa run, the bar was running smoothly. Singapore Cocktail Week had come up, and all of that conspired. And you have to imagine, this is a time there was no employees only. Jigger and Pony had one bar. Sugar Hall had not come up as yet, and there were few bars, so very few industry bars. So everyone ended up at 28. That's how I met the whole industry, and I found myself in a unique position to be taking care of people. And the owners gave us a free hand to do whatever we wanted because they had proof with it. We did not have a lot of issue with drink costs. We had to worry about it.
Yeah.
But we could taste anything you wanted. Like, I could get onto those fucking ladder and pick up anything and taste it with a bartender. So that kind of power was amazing.
Yeah.
So when people from around the world came in, they were like, holy fuck, this is awesome. So all of that kind of conspired. The local industry used to like it, and that's what pushed it to number 7. So which was, and I was just lucky, and that built up a lot of street cred and just general a lot of admiration for me back home. So 28 added a lot of value to me.
It is something very funny for Indians, right? Indians do not like things that are from India until people from outside say it's good. Like if it's a fucking whiskey, if it's a fucking gin, like you make a whiskey or gin in India, like, yeah, India made shit forever. And then somebody from outside India says, oh my god, this is the best fucking thing. And the Indians are like, oh my god, have you tasted the latest craft thing? Whoa, India's amazing. Fucking bunch of hypocrites. I'm Indian, so I can say all this shit, you know. It's just it's the reality of it.
Dude, what the fuck? You remember the company that we opened after I was leaving 28 and I did not know what's going to happen, and we tried to conspire and make Dapper and Bose.
Yeah.
So and the amount of money that we made, like at least I made, the reason I survived it just because the company was based in Singapore. My invoices were signed off. I was getting paid in advance. I had done that same job as an Indian bartender. Nobody gave a fuck. My payment should come up. And just because I put, like, my partner's name is George, he will communicate with you. My money would come in like, bring it on. No, but and you remember I used to tell you that 28 was also a super difficult job because suddenly I used to own, I was a partner at a bar in Delhi. I left all of that because I got an opportunity at 28. Right? And suddenly you no longer have a lime guy, there's no sugar guy, you got to wipe the bathroom yourself.
Just to put a bit of perspective on lime guy and sugar guy, I opened a restaurant in India, Mahe, and I'm used to the Singapore system, and even by US standards, Singapore is overstaffed. But from a craft bar perspective, we're used to doing everything. We're used to making our own prep, our syrups, our juices. I own a place, but I clean the fucking floors, I wash the toilets, that's just normal. In India, there's a guy who literally his fucking only job is to move things from the store to the bar. Right? Like, best fucking job in the world. There's another guy whose job is to sit in a fucking table all day and to write checks. That's all he fucking does. He doesn't do anything else, right? And there's another guy who does one other specialized task. So it's India in that sense. It's like fucking heaven once you get up to a certain level. But at the
It was,
bottom,
yeah.
man, it's a fucking shit show.
No, it was a luxury. All of us were not super educated, but you had a lot of people running around for you, right?
Yeah.
You suddenly and you mostly had, and nobody appreciates this, but in India you mostly had men working in the industry, especially
Yeah.
if you're a bar that's open late night, right? So I went from there to working in a bar with 17 people, which
Mm-hmm.
was, according to us, grossly understaffed, according to Indian bars, and also a predominant number of the staff were women,
Yeah.
right, who were also experimenting. So this was a whole new set of emotions and things and people I was handling, right? So I was always in stress, and I learned about this. I never knew this thing called existed, which was the uh, RBF, the resting bitch face. Right? I had no clue what the fuck a resting bitch face was. I just used to wonder, why are people angry at me? What have I done? Right? There's a lady giving me that face. Have I done something wrong to you? No clue. Then one of the bartenders and the floor staff, I think it was Hutch, who explained to me that face has nothing to do with me. It's just a bad day, and you just got to ride the storm.
Shout out to
Right? You
Hutch
got,
at No Sleep Club.
yeah, Hutch is awesome. So, which was interesting. I learned a lot, and every day was stressful. So that's why I would call you.
It seems another cruel test of fate. We have lost Arijit Bose yet again to the vagaries of electricity. Yes, he is gone, disappeared from the face of the earth. Oh, you're back! Arijit is back.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Can we hear Arijit? Voice? Wait, we gotta wait for the time delay. Just say a couple of hellos. Leah, hello. Kiran James, welcome. Kiran James, the fucking pilot. Santi Satimurti. Hey Leah, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Chawe, coming soon. Chow, we're gonna talk to Chawe at 8 o'clock, I think. Chawe from what's that? Employees only, that place. I said Chicken Pony. What the fuck? Awesome. Hey, so let's move on from 28 to post 28 on Lovers Rum. Lovers Rum. So personal story on this, So I've been running Spiffy for about 7 years, and then one of the things that has really inspired me to look at things very differently is Lovers Rum. Here's seeing Arijit do Lovers Rum was very interesting because it kind of opened my eyes to how do you scale beyond venues? How do you scale beyond the basic retail business of bars? The fact is, in an industry like Singapore, it's very hard to scale. And contrary to popular belief, it's sure you can make a buck or two, but really it's very hard to sustain that. So seeing Lovers Rum has been a very interesting part of my growth progression. So yeah, Arijit, talk to me a little bit about what you did. How did you get involved with Lovers Rum? What's the idea behind the rum? Yada yada yada.
So, like I said, I've always been super lucky. Though I've been in the industry for 15 years, I really started learning how to bartend and understanding rum when I met David Cordoba in Mexico. I had missed a flight back to India, and I stayed there for 2 days. And I remember David canceled all of his plans to kind of spend time with me and show me around Mexico. Went for the most amazing Argentinian steak. And when I was coming back, I just realized that somebody that big in the industry spent that much time. So that for me was respect, and we got along really, really well. In fact, after that, though India was not part of his countries that he was looking after, he came to India 3 consecutive years to help me run the Bacardi competitions there, right? And taught me a lot more about rum, taught me about Malbec, the Spanish culture, pushed me to be better. And during all of that, right, we became brothers, and we always spoke about things that we wanted to do together. There was always that plan. Like at that point of time, this is pre-proof, pre-28. I'm just an Indian brand ambassador. The extent of what we wanted to achieve as a bartender was to have a bar of your own.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Like even New Orleans was not the Tales of the Cocktail and stuff, top 50 was not
In the
a
picture.
big thing,
Yeah.
right? So it was okay. Someday we'll do a bar. So our group kind of grew more. There was a Scottish dude, there was a Belgian dude. We all would travel, stay in touch. Life went on. I was doing whatever I did, and post the two people who called me was Z and David for the 28 job, and I'm assuming pushed my cause as well. And then I came to Singapore, and while all of this was happening, me and David used to spend, because both of us had left our countries, right? And we used to get along well together. Would go out for drinks. He would come and bartend with me, and every day we would talk about different things we want to do in our future. When you have a bad day, you discuss that stuff. In all of that, there was a larger group that I always wanted to make a rum that I as an Indian would be proud of,
Yeah.
because sugarcane was found in India. That's the new, if you look at the new Dave Wunrich conversation, so he's the guy who said that Barbados invented rum. Then he now speaks about how sugarcane was seen in India first. It played a part. So if we
Yeah.
have so much sugarcane, there should be a good rum that comes out of there. So from that, it led to having conversations of having a rum of our own,
Yeah.
which was not supposed to be country specific or anything, but we were just discussing. And we did not have a grandfather on anyone, right? We did not
Yeah.
have a recipe that fell out of somebody's ass, or none of our grandfathers they did not own a treasure chest where a bottle was found. So none of that. So we had to build a brand from scratch,
There is
and
no
it had
barter house that you found. There is no orphan
no,
barrel that you found.
nothing, none of that.
A lost
But
warehouse, maybe.
shh, I can't admit to all of this stuff. I'm trying to be a good boy here. I'm friends with everybody.
I'm
Uh,
just making fun of this because there's so many brands that put out, so many companies that put out brands that have fake fucking stories. It pisses me off. Like, yeah, some motherfucker left a fucking barrel in my fucking backyard and I fucking found it. And you read through this shit and you're like, oh man, the bullshit is so fucking heavy, right? I mean, like, it's okay if you kind of go like, a little bit of that kind of thing. But then you fucking lay it on thick like a fucking couple of slabs of butter and you're like, ooh, PR. Oh, that smell. So beautiful. Oh, way better than the spirit. Okay, continue.
I hear what you're saying, but as a guy who's been a brand ambassador for 7 years before, I
Yeah.
have peddled shit that I am not proud of, right? So I've done all of this. So I will never accept talking shit about all of this. It is if it pays for my kid to go through school or my dog to have good food the next month, I will sell it. Anyways, so going back, I think 28 and the fact that I moved from having 60 bottles in India, 100 bottles on the back bar and
Yeah.
proof, and this whole conversation about good spirits and good drinks and all the run, right? Plantation is becoming very big. Diplomatico came in. So I got to taste all of these amazing stuff
Yeah.
that I never tasted before and got to spend time with it, right? Not as shots, but properly as
Not as
drinks and
shots.
tasting. Yeah. I mean, dude, it was Brendan. Brendan, during my time, I think Jeremy and Peter had left, but Brendan, Koo, Ash, all of these guys knew every day more than I knew about the spirits on the back bar.
Brenton
And
Koo
apparently,
at Monkey
right?
47. Hello.
So, so it was a constant battle, and learned all of that shit. And again, David and my conversations got deeper and deeper. Things happened. I left 28, came back to India, then got that job back with Bacardi for a bit, 3 months as a consultant, and then Julian walked into my life, and I
Before
had
you go
done
to
2
Julian,
events.
Vivian Pei from Singapore says hi to the Prince. Hello, Prince.
Hey, Vivian. She used to make momos for us late in the night, like dim sums, late night dim sum for me and Luke.
Yeah.
She's amazing. No, good time. So even the consumers and everyone knew about stuff. So I was learning a lot. Like you said, my perspective about alcohol went from big brands to craft brands and building new brands. And I saw myself gravitating more towards not just what's in a cocktail glass. You would notice I never talk about how amazing a single cocktail is. I talk about the whole bar. I like where brands come from, what they are doing, the kind of effort that somebody like Kevin put in East Imperial. So all of that stuff was super interesting
Shout out
to me.
Kevin.
So David and me got talking more and more. And Monkey 47 was the job I ever had. Business class life. Whoop whoop. Covered Japan, covered everything. Met a lot of distributors. because of Julian, learned a little bit of the business.
Just
While
for who don't know Julian, Julian is a fucking beast. Julian used to run La Maison de Whiskey in Singapore before he ended up running Monkey 47. That was there before the big acquisition by Pernod Ricard. Is it Pernod, right? Pernod, I think. But Julian is fucking evil. You heard me
he's
from fucking quarantined France, Julian. You're a fucking evil person. There was once I was at a dinner, and then Julian and his wife was. I was at dinner with my wife, and my wife will attest to this very day. She's still fucking pissed about this. And Julian and his wife were sitting on the next table, and then we started talking, and apparently it was the date night for the both of us. But apparently, both our wives left us that day. Yeah. So Julian, fucking beast, and that guy, he doesn't get drunk. I mean, or he gets very drunk, but he's a big fucker. So he rolls like a fucking tank, right? You can't stop the motherfucker, right?
And dude, he comes back to office on time at 9 o'clock every day.
Oh yeah, I did not know that.
And he would come in on purpose 5 minutes before me just to fuck with me. It was no, but I love the dude, man. He's amazing, and I learned a lot from him. And we were working really closely with Alexander Stein, who owns and runs Monkey 47, made all of that money on it. So it was just a lot of information and how to run a brand and how to talk to people, how do you function with bartending community. So all of that information kind of built me up a little bit more. And me and David finally got serious, right?
Yeah.
I think even David had a tough time during that time, and we got more and more serious. Floated a company. The first company bombed. Very few people know this. The first thing bombed. Partnership did not work out. I had to leave Monkey 47. I was in India, and we kind of went to an overdrive. During which time, what we had done was, while we were doing our jobs and trying to figure out what we want to do with life, we started tasting rums that we like drinking.
Yeah.
Right? That's as simple as
just a side note. David Cordova, this fella is like, his fucking Instagram handle is Mr. Daiquiri. So, and this guy is like the most immaculately dressed motherfucker ever. Like,
sweat
ever. I've never seen him look anything less than fucking spectacular. So, this is the David Cordova that Arijit is talking about. Carry on, Sam.
Yeah. Very few people know that he's the guy who also made Bacardi Legacy really big.
I can't fucking hear you.
Check, 1, 2, check.
I lost Arijit.
Check.
What's going on?
Check. Am I with you guys?
No, not yet. Anybody hear me? I can't hear you.
Check.
Just
1, 2.
Hello?
Check.
Oh,
Hello?
hi.
Check.
Oh, this was a fantastic experience. I just learned that you have to not fuck with this little wheel on the wire. Because if you do that, you can't hear people.
George, that's how most of the world works. You don't fuck with the little things. That's how the world is peaceful.
But I still fuck with you, son.
No, so I think me and David put out a list of some 20 rums that he liked. Of course, he knows a lot more about rum, given that he was working with the distillers in the whole Bacardi family, right?
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico, Mexico. Plus, he was the portfolio director of Proof. So he was talking to a lot of guys. We were tasting rum. So we had put down our notes, and we kept on writing. Okay, we like this. We do not like this. Then we realized that a lot of rums are very character driven, right? You drink it for something, but there are always something that you would not like, and then there would be a need to make a cocktail out of it.
Okay.
Right, which was basically a lot of the rums at that time. My favorite, of course, was the Plantation Barbados, the 5-year-old. There are some other rums that we had tasted. We used to sit at La Maison de Whiskey over at is it Robertson Key?
Yep.
Yeah. So we used to sit there, and because of Joseph and the rest of the guys, we tasted really good rum. So all of this kind of contributed, and we were talking about the kind of rum that we wanted, and the one thing we wanted to stay away from was we did not want people to say it's a good rum because it comes from a particular country. Something is good not because of origin, but because of who makes it, right?
Yes.
The blend, the expertise that they put in. We also wanted to stay away from the fact that it does not need to be spicy or woody or sweet. So we want to make a balanced rum because think about the fact that my partner is called Mr. Daiquiri. So the first rum would always be focused to make daiquiris with. And what is the daiquiri about? Yeah, there you go. It's about the balance, the sweet and the sour with the rum. How
On a segue in the video yesterday, you saw me making a daiquiri with 2 parts rum, 1 part sugar, 1 part lime. Then I talked about frozen lime and 2-day-old lime and fresh lime. This guy that I'm talking to is the kind of cunt who will fucking argue about shit like this. Fuck you.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned,
you gotta
1 is to 2 is to 2. 1 is to wait. 2 is to 1 is to 1. That's it. End of story. Finished. Put ice in it. Throw it up. Fucking. I don't know. Put fucking crushed ice in it. Still a good fucking drink.
It works. It works. David has a recipe.
It works. He just fucking dismissed me casually. Like fuck you,
David,
you nincompoop.
David's my partner, man. I'll support him for life. If he says that's the best way to make the fucking daiquiri, that is the best way to make it fucking daiquiri. But I will have what you make as well. I get it for free.
Wait, so where is David now? Where is David now? Argentina?
David is in Malaga, Spain.
Oh, he's locked down.
He stays about 40 minutes away from Giancarlo Mancino.
Oh wow. What a party. Wait, so they're all locked down, right?
Everybody's locked down, man. Spain's going through their shit as well.
Hey, maybe we'll try. Maybe we'll try this. Maybe we will get a fucking Mr. Daiquiri Lovers from Daiquiri made, and we'll record that fucker and get it to you guys, and you can see how a real bartender makes it, not a fucking idiot like me. But
stop it.
But the shit I show you, you can actually make at home. So that's a fucking difference. All right, continue, Arijit, about your fucking rum.
So we figured out, what is the kind of rum that we want and what it was not supposed to be, which is more important.
Yeah.
Right. So that kind of put us into a corner. Okay, these are the things that we want. Also, like I said, we did not have a brand. We did not have a recipe. I like comics. Always like graphic novels. I have comic tattoos on my hand and stuff. We found out that David's aunt used to read cards. Used to read tarot cards. So we as a game, so we figured out a tarot card is a good way to mix both our passions.
Yep.
Which would make it super, super interesting, right? So that is what tarot cards tell a lot of story. It's about predicting the future. And we figured out that the tarot card allows us to add a lot of details that we as bartenders making a brand did not have to work with. Right? So we picked up Lovers, which is the number 6 card in the macro arcana of tarot, which is of course about love, about relationships, but above all, it's about balance. Okay. That's what that particular tarot card talks about. Tarot card is also about reading the future, which is very similar to what building rums is about, right? You never know what you will get after you've aged it. You just put it into a cask and you hope that this is what will come out. Right? So everything based on prediction by the blenders. And they are extremely skilled at doing that job. Yeah. So that allowed us to relate tarot cards with kind of how rum is made. We were, of course, not distillers, but we knew what flavors our consumers like, what we like drinking. So we could work with blenders and make a rum or craft a rum that we like drinking. Right? So that's what started the experiment. We worked with a company in Amsterdam, said, okay, this is what we like. Can you compose something for us? So they gave us a few options. Yeah. From those options, we picked up, okay, this is the direction. They took that option and broke it into 3-4 subcategories. Said, okay, cool, this works. Better balance, like it, like the mouthfeel, like how it feels on your palate, how it goes down, aftertaste, so on and so forth. That took us 6-7 months. And during the rum festival in Thailand, we sat and tasted the final recipe. So there were 3 of them and we tasted one. We're like, holy fuck, this is the rum that we gotta sell,
Mm-hmm.
right? It
How
was
long ago was
decided.
that?
This was 2018. Yeah,
2018.
2018.
You know, it's pretty funny. Wait, we've lost communications with Mr. Arijit. Oh no, we're back. We're back. Nick and Nora glasses. Fuck yeah.
I
Ah,
might be,
nah.
but I'm as fuck.
Yeah, fuck off. So, you know, I was just thinking, like, fuck it, 2019 feels so far away. Fucking
Yeah.
January feels so fucking
January.
far away, right? Like, I'm here, I am as deep in fucking April. This is fucking April, man. And I cannot believe it's still first half of the year, which is fucking nuts. Anyways,
So
so
this year's gone.
this year's gone. I don't know. I don't
This
know.
year.
I'm a fucking optimist, you know. Like I can never short stocks. Like I'm on my stock trading app, and I'm like, I know something's gonna go down, but I never have the fucking balls to hold on to it till it goes all the way down. But I'm an optimist. I always buy. I buy something, and I'm like, oh no, the stock has gone down all the way, and I'm like, it will come back up. It will come back up. But I can never fucking short a stock. Don't have the balls for it. It's fucking funny.
You got a boat. You got a boat. Things get fucked up. Take the boat. Take your family and go away. It's fine.
Hey, it would be nice if the damn thing, you know, could actually sail, but
It'll be good.
that's a conversation for another day. So
So
you,
long story short, we figured out the label.
yep.
Worked with some amazing guys. He translated our dream into a great label. So which was based around, because it says lovers, it was Adam and Eve. So initially it was, we started talking about the first love story, first romance was the girl and the snake,
Yep.
right? And we had a naked lady. She's very pretty. The way the guy made it, and the snake wrapping around her body. But then we quickly realized that in some countries people were like, "Holy fuck, this is awesome." In other countries, in India, it's like, "You guys are objectifying women." So we had to find. So if you look at the back of the bottle, you will see the lady's not wearing that red dress that she had up front.
What?
Yeah.
So you basically just hate the fact that you objectify women? Nice try, asshole.
Yeah, I mean, so we wanted to create the story, right? We had to be as original to what our idea was, and we said, okay, it has to be there. And in India, somebody was like, "You're objectifying us." Said, "Fuck it, screw it. We'll have both sides and see how it plays." In South Africa, I would not be able to sell it. In India, it's a little bit difficult, but we are trying to figure our way around. We had the label, we found the blend. A lot of bartenders helped us with it. David used to be, I found out early in life that he used to be a graphic designer and used to work in an ad agency before.
Huh.
So he already knew how to do artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of this came from his head. He was in Amsterdam, really chipping away. And the bottle also we liked a lot. It's a heavy bottle, super ergonomic, easy to use, gives that whole feeling of you've actually got a nice bottle in your hand. So all of that took kind of a lot of thought. And this one, the final blend that we ended up with was Barbados, Nicaragua, Panama, Guatemala, and Dominican Republic, right? So 5 different style of rums which were blended together, combination of rums that we like drinking. If you know about Guatemala, they make a lot of their rums with sugarcane honey. So a lot more flavorful, a lot more punchy. Whereas the other rums are a little bit spicy in nature, easier to long mouth feel, easier to consume, so on and so forth. So by blending them in an effective manner, like those percentages, even I at the top of my head can't tell you, and would not tell you. But allowed us to kind of engineer a rum that feels a lot older than it is, right? And we found out. I'll tell you about a story also. And the best thing was while we did, it goes down easy, right? So while we did all of that, we
See,
made sure
this
that
bottle was,
like it.
I don't know. Do you know what's happening
Yeah.
right now? My mom is watching. So
Namaste.
hi mom. So I am literally boozing on camera for the first time with my
Does she know
mother
you're
watching.
you're abstaining today? This is you drinking while you're
Hey,
abstaining.
this is very nice iced lemon tea, mommy.
Hmm.
So
Nah, ninna.
funny story, right? Mom sent me a WhatsApp message today. Yeah, she said, "Son, you had a great show yesterday, but I think you missed using the fuck word on a couple of sentences, but you also
Myth.
used it extra on a couple other sentences, probably to make up for it. So I'm like, I try, mom. So hi, mom.
That's cool. I mean, now that I know, I'm not going to use the word fuck so many times. Uh, so I'm trying to quickly have this. So the rum was done. There are a lot of stories that go with it. It's not spicy. It's super easy to drink. A lot of stories attached to it, which I keep telling people. But when bartenders tasted it, they loved it. We did go through a bad patch while we were looking for investment. Now that's the most difficult part, making that Excel sheet. If
Wait, okay,
anyone thought that was
dude, give me a sec. We are running a little bit out of time. What we're gonna do? We're gonna do a last bit. We're gonna talk about the campaign, and then because we have Mr. Chawei from Employees Only coming up in a short while.
hey,
This is
super.
we're on a fucking roll today. Like fuck me. We only had 5 technical issues today, so that's a great fucking thing from yesterday. So, Arijit has kindly offered to put up a bottle of Lovers Rum, this fucking thing, as part of the campaign that we have on Go Get Funding. So, there is a link on the fucking description of this fucking stream that you can go and visit. And when you do the donation, you get a bottle of Lovers Rum as a fucking reward. I literally talked to this guy 3 hours ago about this, and he said, okay, made it happen, and we're now fucking live. Thank you very much. Dispatcher, Dyspatcher, is that right?
Shout out, yeah, dispatcher, yeah, there you go.
Dispatcher in Singapore, about the same thing, is that right? Dispatcher? Wait, it's on the fucking screen, yeah! I can't even fucking read that. Sorry.
Just find Nicole. Just find Nicole or Simone. Everybody knows them.
Shout out to Nicole for making it happen as well. So yes, we're gonna have this bottle of this beautiful Lovers Rum out for you guys. Dude, thank you. This has been awesome. This is literally the most I have talked to you in the longest fucking time. I miss you.
Butter chicken biryani for life.
Butter chicken biryani for life. We have something cool coming up. We have a crazy fucking show coming up later this month or week. It's gonna call Will It Pie.
Okay.
But we're gonna do a butter chicken biryani pie for sure.
Cool.
I'm
going to take this opportunity to sign off and say thank you for letting me chat and being interested in the story. There, I can talk for hours.
I try. You know how fucking hard it is.
Singapore's home, man, and I know it's difficult times. Things will get better. This too shall pass. And what will come out of it will be amazing. I am part of the Singapore bartender group. It just is amazing to see what's going on and how all of you guys are helping each other out and things that you guys are doing. Good friggin' model. I miss Singapore every day. I wish I was there. Still remember when I was leaving it and we were planning a event we were drunk and thinking it was me, you, and Tim Ross Watson.
Hey, my mom's on the screen. I never get drunk.
No, I was getting drunk. You were just being nice, making sure I was getting home. And we were discussing that we would buy like 40 butter chicken biryanis and get Tim to plate it like Michelin star style and do cocktails. Only in Singapore, man. Lovely,
Tim
lovely
Ross
time.
once said, if you're in the UK and quarantined, maybe that's something we should do on stream, bitch.
Yeah. And last thing, guys, get well soon. Everything will be fine. We are all there. I'm around. If anyone needs to ever have a chat, please call me. And when you get Jave online, just tell him Chow Ni Ma.
Yes, I will.
Can you do that for me?
See, my biggest problem with Chinese is the intonation, but I will try my best to get on that.
Just follow me. I know Chinese. Chow Ni Ma.
I feel it.
Yeah. Do it. Thanks, guys. Thank you for having me.
Adios.
Glad I got to talk. Bye.
Motherfuckers! See, I love it, you know.
I can hear everything you're saying. Say good shit. You better not be bitching about me, George. Say good things.
Awesome. Where are we now? Okay, we're gonna take a 10-minute break. We're gonna come back with Chawei. Are we gonna go and try and have some cocktails with the employees only folks? Yada yada yada. All right, let's change the fucking scene. Tech support. Alrighty, we're back. Took a breather. Hey, we just got our first live cocktail order from Bjorn Anderson. Thank you, Bjorn. You're a big ugly fuck, but I love you. I really do. So yeah, he put an order for 4 drinks, and Anthony's gonna make the damn drinks because I'm not wearing a mask and stuff. He's gonna bring everything from a place where none of my breath touches anything, and he's gonna come and make the drinks, and I'll be back on air at 8:05 and talk to Chawe in a bit.
All right, I'm live. What's up, guys? So Bjorn ordered total 4 drinks. So he requested just 2 of a kind, so total is 4, yeah? Put here. Okay, so we're gonna use Yaniver. Basil. Alright, good to go. So I'm using 90 mils of the Yaniver. So this is for 2 portions, yeah? 10 mils of the green chartreuse. $20 mils of basil. What was that?
You're wanking the bottle there, bro.
Yeah, man. How many of this?
Each portion is 20 million, so 40.
So 40 mils of the sherry dry.
Amontillado, sherry dry.
Alright. Actually, I need a bigger. Never mind. Where's the bigger one? Never mind. Alright, guys. Oh yeah, that's good. That is
Good, is it?
Yeah, it is. Bit more stir. This is very interesting. Imagine a virtual bar. Alright, first drink done. Ready for packaging.
Also, you can put 2 portions, same drinks.
Yeah, 2 more. Oh no, put together, right?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay, now amazing.
What's this? One more. Okay. So both are bespoke drinks. Next one we're gonna do a beetroot martini with kaffir lime. Because I know that Bjorn loves the, what is it? Splificated beer, right? Wonderful, wonderful. That's nice, that's nice. So there you have it, guys. Total 4 portion, 2 types of a stiff drink. Yeah, so just a bit of introduction. We use Yaniver, some sherry wine, dry chartreuse and basil from Damon's idea. This will be it, yeah. And next one is beetroot martini. Use Bianca for it. All good, yeah.
Hello? 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 I can hear something. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
Fuck yeah, bro. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Same shit, different fucking day.
As always.
Where are you now?
At home.
At
In my
home,
room.
You
Yeah.
telecommuting, yeah, bro.
Mm.
Hey, for whoever's watching, I just dropped a bitters bottle. We are on air yet again with Mr. Chawe from Employees Fucking Only.
Hello, people.
Hello, people on the stream. We have 17 fucking people. Hello, Mr. Julian. Hello, Mikey, Rina, Americani. Yeah. Hey, big fat fuck. Gerald. Hello, bro.
Ooh.
Everybody. Hello. We're doing this fucking stream to lift up the fucking spirits and just talk about what everybody's doing, have some fun, and PIM employees only take away fucking cocktails. Alright, yo!
Mm-hmm.
So I need a drink first. So what the fuck? What is this?
Simply Oasis is our top seller in employees only. It's gin, yuzu, chamomile, and basil.
Let me have me some of this shit. Yeah, how many portions is this supposed to be?
3 to 4. That's about.
Sorry.
That's a big one.
Okay, so man, tell me the story. How the fuck did Chawe end up where the fuck you are right now?
How I ended up at employees only, kind of a good time lapse between when I finished army.
Okay.
Because I was about to finish army, EO, it's kind of like hiring.
Okay.
So I kind of like went for a few interviews, and then the last one I saw actually is from Facebook, that employees only, it's opening in Singapore.
Wait, but
At the
you
point of
were in
time,
the F&B business before this?
kind of yes, part-time at Bitters and Love.
Okay.
That's where I actually learned and start. And then before that is actually Gerald, who actually I met him first. He's the one that actually asked me to go Bitters and Love to learn.
Like Gerald
And then
Koo.
he went,
Like Gerald Koo.
Chicken Pony. Yeah, Gerald Koo.
Gerald Koo, shut up! It's crazy, man. This is like so much history, so many people that are connected. You know, it's just pretty fun. You know, like I'm just thinking about where bartenders who are in different places come from, whether it's from Jigger, from Bitters, from 28, from Tippling. There's just so much history that's been created by people who have come to these venues, learned and grown and created their own businesses and trained other people, you know, and I think that's a pretty cool thing that the scene has gone that way, grown that
Right.
way, yeah.
I would say that every year there's a lot of people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Every year there will be people who stay on, and every year there will be people like try new stuff to do.
Yep, absolutely. Cool, so so you've been with EO for what, 3 years?
3.5 going 4 soon.
Shit, man.
Oh, that's long.
EO's like 4 years. Fuck me. That's crazy.
Too long, right?
So how is it going? How is the? So when did you guys start feeling the pinch? Is it
The pinch. When Singapore turned warning to orange,
Mm-hmm.
I think slowly a lot of people kind of like aware
Yeah.
and then kind of scared to go out.
Yeah.
So that's when we actually hit us, kind of by the bit until the lockdown is actually like, phew, I think everywhere is the same.
Yeah. So when did you guys start doing the cocktails for the takeaway cocktails?
Actually, about 3 weeks before the lockdown, I already like have plans for this because I learned from the Shanghai, China side.
Okay.
Because Steve have his own place there, TOC.
Mm-hmm.
Then so kind of like I foresee maybe this kind of thing maybe will happen, maybe not. So I didn't get any approval. I just went online to purchase all these bottles first,
Yeah.
and then start designing the stickers and stuff. So kind of came a bit late, but still at the right timing.
I
kind of
think it's
like
fine. I
think
think people have like before circuit breaker, people have probably bought some booze from here and there, and I think the booze is only gonna run out in the next week, right?
yes,
Because
yes.
you'll be fucking tired of drinking the same fucking whiskey and wine and stuff like that. You'll be like, yeah, let's go and talk shit with the other bartender, kind of thing. So I think it's kind of fine. So I'm drinking this yuzu basil gin
And chamomile.
and chamomile thing. Fucking nice, it's fucking sleeper like a Mickey, man. Nice fucking drink. What else you got going on? What is this thing?
This is Negroni, just classic Negroni.
Very nice. My favorite drink. Let's try.
She kind of bought this due to the high demand of classics at EO.
Yeah.
Because our clientele is more of like Negronis, old fashioned, all this kind of spirit based and very classic drink. So that's why we
I
bought
know,
it.
right? Like even at Spiffy, like we look at reports. There's like bespokes. And we have this thing called bespoke 26, which is like literally whatever the fuck these guys are making, and I have no control over what the fuck it is. And then there is actually the things that we sell the most is the fucking old fashioned and the Negroni, and then bespokes. It usually means like sour drinks, stirred down drinks. But man, like no matter how fucking fancy this whole thing gets, I think the fact that people still buy Negronis and old fashions, the fact that people really want to do this for conversations and for mingling, and people want to be comfortable. They want to be challenged, but they also don't want to be like too fucking challenged. You want something you can drink time and again. Wow, I just put it on my white shirt. Fantastic. It's not bad. I thought about it while I put the shirt on. At least it was not a glass of red wine. Never know. Maybe I'll do that later.
Oof.
I'm fucking terrible at this shit. So, how's the team handling this? How's the whole shutdown and thing? What are you guys doing to kind of? I mean, EO is like a very fucking busy place, and one thing I understand, even for the first couple of days with the team as well, because we're all like kind of amped up all the time. Slowing down is very fucking hard. We're all kind of like figuring out what the fuck do we do. How's your team doing that?
Team is doing okay. It's kind of like 180 change for us. Cause for myself, I also like high energy, high volume, that feeling. Also like nowadays will be like thinking and planning more ahead, like what's coming up, and then try to whatever we are doing in EO is trying to keep all the staff and then keep them. Meanwhile, this would be the good time for them to actually have some extra skill set, and learn something new or do something that they always want to do, but always have the excuse of saying don't have time for this and that. So this would be time for us to like actually push them to actually do whatever that they want to do, always wanted to do.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, always like trying to keep all the whole vibe very positive to keep everyone going.
Yeah, I think it's one of the same thing that we've been trying to do here as well. I mean, when things like this happen, there's two approaches. One is to kind of take it lying down, but I think it also gives us opportunity to kind of relook what we know, what we don't know. And it's pretty funny. I've just been seeing this for the last couple of days here. Like Marion, who's one of the newest members of the team, he streams games on his laptop, right? So one of the other couple of members of the team came with the idea of, hey, let's do a fucking stream. And I'm like, yeah, it's not gonna fucking work. Fuck you. I'm the guy because I'm a fucking boomer. Even though I'm only 35, I'm a fucking old fart. And they're like, yeah, it's gonna work. I'm like, fine, let's do it. And Marion's like, yeah, I know how to fucking do it. I'm like, yeah, what? What the fuck? So, and then it's so crazy that we are discovering so much about each other, about what we know. Because usually the sphere that we understand each other comes from this whole cocktail, how fast can you make it ring, and all that perspective. And then all of a sudden we're learning so much about each other, and learning how to respect that and how that can come into the business, right? And that's been pretty fucking cool, dude. Awesome. So, is it? What else is on the list that you guys are selling? Just 2 drinks?
For us, will be classics. Classics will have like Negroni, old fashioned, martini, and Manhattan.
Okay.
So for martini side, we will actually ask them would they want gin or vodka, what style, and what garnishes.
So how do they order? They call you up?
Yeah, you can call us up. You can go through the website, and then they have the selections of what
What's
spirit
the number,
base.
Jaway? Give the number on live. Let them
Oh.
have it. What's the number?
Shit. I need reference for that.
Hey, Chibai.
I didn't prepare that.
Go to
That's a start.
facebook.com, search for Employees Only Singapore. Send a message.
Okay, I wasn't ready for that.
Yo, check out our stream, fellas. www.employeesonly.store. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Boom. Marion
go-
Fel Placido behind the scenes, fucking champion.
Love
Big
you.
fucking champion.
So you can go to our Instagram store.eosg.
Oh, I'm just passing a Negroni to Damon. He really wants to try the fucking drink. It's a fucking Negroni. Okay, fine. Alright, he wants the fucking. It was a very high stress environment now. Cool. Awesome, dude. What's you guys going to be doing anything else, or is just going to be kind of like going to chill and kind of rock it along for the next month and learn and develop? Is that kind of the plan?
Yeah, that's kind of plan for now until see how long is the lockdown and thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we also will get staff in next week to have a deep clean
Nice.
for EO and then try to polish things up and then get mentally and physically get the place ready if one shot pop. Next day you can reopen and we'll just straight to it.
So if most people who are not in food and beverage, there's this, we have the Saturday breakdown, right? The Saturday breakdown is the greatest breakdown ever. That is when usually everything comes apart, the whole week of gunk gets cleared out. That's the worst and the best time. The worst because you've had a crazy fucking night and you have to fucking clean everything. But the best, because when you come back to work the next day, the venue is beautiful. There's nothing better in the food and beverage life than coming to a beautifully set up bar and just getting ready to work. Yeah, we're trying to figure out some stuff like that here as well. Just trying to break down a bit, put a touch of coat of paint here. I mean, the whole thing with spiffy is so it looks like shit, so it's kind of hard to make it look better. But we're gonna try and do a little bit like that as well, bro. Awesome, dude. Hey, this is employees only. Employees only. So Moist Street. I mean, most of you motherfuckers know what employees fucking only, right? Chowie basically runs the fucking place. Hey, here's the cool thing, yeah. Employees only is one of those places that really talks about empowering people. Chowie started as a fucking noob, effectively, at EO when they started, and he runs the fucking place 3 years down the road. And I think that's really commendable from Steve and Igor's side that they are letting people step up and grow. And it's also really cool that they're not firing people left and right. They're taking care of their own. They are hunkering down and getting through this thing together, learning. And I think that is really important. One of the things that I feel about the food and beverage business here is that a lot of owners take their employees for granted. You know, they treat them like commodities. And then you fucking complain when they don't fucking do the best job possible. They're like, yeah, nobody wants to fucking, fuck off. You're not going to take care of them, why the fuck would they take care of you, right? I think it was like that, a fantastic example of, what happens when you really take care of people. And I think if you take care of people, people will give back. Whether it's like millennial, la, fucking boomer, la, doesn't fucking matter. I think that is fucking human, I hear that from a lot of employers, like, yeah, this fucking millennials kid don't give a fuck, they don't respect. Now, fuck you, dude. You fucking respect their age, the fact that they want a career and they want to progress in life. I think they're going to love you back and they're going to take care of you as well.
Agree. I think
please.
what Igor and Steve actually, or I would say Steve actually mentioned to me is he's really wanting to training a local to actually run the bar when I was actually having an interview with him. And that's the reason why that keeps me going and going strong. Every year has been quite progressive one for me. Every year I've been learning things, getting things, going through the whole bar program from zero to where I am today.
Yep.
Then earn your own jacket, And then also I told myself that once I got a principal bartender, then I'll get the tattoo, and there you go.
Hey, that's yeah. Hey, people who don't know, there's a lot of motherfuckers with the EO tattoo, man. There's a lot of motherfuckers with 28 tattoo. We never had a Spiffy Dapper tattoo because I always thought it was a little bit stupid, as just me personally. But at the same time, I understand it if you kind of work for a fucking jacket and you got a fucking tattoo, man. Much respect. Much respect to the culture, really. The fact that it's a bunch of people who work so closely together that they're willing to mark themselves for fucking life. I think that's fucking real, bro. Alright, dude. Thanks for coming on the show, dude. This has been fucking awesome. We're literally 500 meters from each other, but I never fucking see you because life. But good fucking chatting with you. This is awesome. Go to employeesonly.store. Wait, employeesonly.store. Hey, how come with the rest of the people? How come they don't have like? Oh wait, what happens in New York then? Is employeesonly.com/store?
.store.
Wait. So wait. Employees Only New York. What is their domain?
They don't have it. They are not doing any delivery for now.
Well,
So we snatched the name first.
Motherfucker! That is how you fuck the internal competition.
No.
That's pretty funny, dude.
It's true. That's just true.
Alright, bro. Cheers, man. Have a good one. I'll catch up with you soon, yeah?
Can do. Thank
Ciao.
you. Ciao.
Am I still on stream?
You're still alive.
I'm still alive! So, after yesterday's clusterfuck of a fucking stream, which was awesome, like, for a bunch of motherfuckers who've never streamed before. Hold on a second. What's going? I don't need this anymore? You can still hear me. Okay, fantastic. For a bunch of motherfuckers who've never streamed before, yesterday was great. It was illuminating. It was fun at the same time. And today, the idea was to keep the stream going for at least, fuck me. He's running around with a fucking cue card. I can't fucking read the cue card. Alright, sorry. I read the cue card now. Thank you. He literally wrote it this small and he's fucking running across my fucking screen. It's like, how the fuck am I supposed to read that? Oh, thanks. Very fucking mature, Sonny. Yes, back to my ramble. Yeah, for a bunch of people who've never done streaming before, yesterday was like, okay, at least we got the fucker on the screen, right? So today was fantastic. Today we only had maybe 10% of the technical difficulties that we had yesterday. And more importantly, guys, thank you so much for supporting the campaign. Hopefully tomorrow we will get it sorted so we can announce the first outlet that has gotten the money from the campaign. Really appreciate the fact that you guys are fucking watching. But it's not like you have anything to fucking do, really, is it? You're fucking stuck at home, isn't it? I might be boring, but I'm slightly more interesting than Channel fucking 5 at this point in time, I think. But man, who the fuck watches Channel 5 anyways? But fuck that. So, really appreciate the fact that you're on the stream. Today's been awesome. Today's been a couple of firsts. We had not just one, but 2 fucking live streams, motherfuckers. Boom! Of Skype calls. Yeah, sorry. And then we made our first cocktails on the stream. That was pretty cool. Thank you, Bjorn. I love you, man. I love you. I'm gonna kiss you the next time I see you. Kieran James, you said you wanted a fucking old-fashioned. You gotta order it, motherfucker, on the fucking stream. Stream. Yes, you'll do that. Tomorrow, what do we got tomorrow? We're gonna have a couple more chats tomorrow. What is it? Seaweed? Sim Seaweed, Assam's, Andy, Andrew Yap, Old Man.
And Andy from Tippling.
Oh, another fucking Andy, Tippling. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna have more chats tomorrow. We're gonna chat with people, we're gonna see what they're doing. Visit employeesonly.store. Check out their stuff. Go get funding, FNBSC, support the food and beverage community. in the country. Take care of the people who take care of you, motherfuckers. What's the other one? Yes, if you wanna grab some of our cocktail kits, some of our live stream cocktails, go to fmb.com.sg. You can grab them there. Hopefully tomorrow we will start making cocktails with the cocktail kits that we're gonna sell out. And that's it, really. I'm done. I'm tired. Fuck you. Thank you for watching.